Now to some a live event that's happening, a live press conference. This is out of Ohio. Let me give you a backstory. So there is a press conference with Mifflin Township, Ohio officials after 2 officers were shot last night during a traffic stop. Let's take a listen in.
Resolve and courage. I want to thank the Columbus Division of Police, the Franklin County Sheriff's Office, as well as the Clinton Township, Baldwin Township Police Departments, Minerva Park, and Gehanna, just to name a few, all responded. I also want to give a heartfelt thank you to Mifflin Township Medic 132 and Columbus Medic 16. Their quick response and diligent efforts no doubt saved the life of my officer, so I want to thank them for that. I want to thank our state and federal agencies for their unwavering support. The Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation is providing critical resources. We are grateful for their expertise. The Franklin County Sheriff's Office Detective Bureau is handling the investigation. They are diligently working it, and you can't ask for a better group of detectives to work a case. I want to personally thank the Fraternal Order of Police and their steadfast support of our officers, my department, and the law enforcement community as a whole. We will not rest until this individual responsible for this act is apprehended and brought to justice. We are fully committed to working with our law enforcement partners around the clock to ensure that happens. To the residents of Mifflin Township, I know this incident is unsettling, but please know your police department remains operational and committed to your safety. The Sheriff's Office has graciously agreed to place extra deputies in Mifflin Township, and Clinton Township has graciously offered to start running 2-man cars and to cover calls in Mifflin Township as well. It really is a brotherhood in the law enforcement community. Everyone has come together. We ask for your continued support, vigilance, and prayers for our officers. I'd like to introduce FOP President Brian Steele. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Brian Steele, President, Capital City Lodge 9. It's been a long night for all of us, for your elected officials, your police leaders. It's been a long night for the men and women of the Sheriff's Office, Columbus Police, Mifflin, Clinton, all the surrounding agencies. And not only did they have a long night, they're coming right back today, and they're doing it again. My priorities here are simple. I'm here to support the sheriff any way the FOP can. Trust, the confidence and trust in the sheriff is overwhelming, as well as Chief. Anything they need, we are here for them. My priorities are simple. I want to ensure that these officers recover and recover fast, and anything them and their family needs. I want to ensure that this individual is apprehended and brought to justice, and when the dust settles, the third thing we're going to do to the FOP is find out why was this violent offender back on our streets. All indication is the violent offender should have been incarcerated. It's almost deja vu. This isn't the first time we've stood in front of you. It's a repeated, recidivative pattern, and we have to work together to stop it. With that, I will turn it over to Chief Minor.
Thank you, President. You know, Sheriff State, I want to thank you guys for covering this. It's important that when these kind of things happen, that you guys give this the due diligence and the attention that it deserves. You know, 2 officers were shot last night, doing what they were sworn to do, just doing their job. And so thank you for covering this. I want to thank the sheriff also for his continued support to me and my division as we tackle these kinds of situations. It's a tough day for Mifflin Township and their community. You know, these officers put themselves in harm's way trying to protect the community there in Mifflin Township, and then we have things like this that happen. You know, the officers of the state are still in the hospital recovering, and we're confident that they're going to get the best medical care that there is here in Central Ohio, and so we'll continue to pray for their recovery. As you guys know, last night about 6:45 there was a traffic stop that occurred in Mifflin Township Police Department about 6:45 p.m. The initial stop involved one of the officers. He was joined shortly thereafter by a second officer, and then a call went out about 6:49 p.m. of shots fired. So this thing materialized pretty quickly. What appeared to be an innocuous traffic stop quickly turned into a very violent situation, and these officers had really seconds to respond. And I mean, I can't I can't say how brave they were in that situation and how they responded. As mentioned here, the Franklin County Sheriff's Office is leading this investigation. We have a really close working relationship with Mifflin Township, so my detectives are very familiar with Mifflin Township and their personnel and how they do business, and so I think we are the most appropriate agency to handle this. However, I responded there last night, and I don't know that I've ever seen more officers on one scene in my entire 34-year career. It was amazing. It was great that all these different agencies came together for one common goal, and that was to take care of these officers and find whoever was responsible for this. BCI is involved in this. BCI is a close friend or partner with us in terms of these investigations. They are handling the evidence, the crime scene, and so forth. And so when I get done here, you're likely to have questions about shots fired and all kinds of stuff. I'm not in a position to answer many of those, or maybe some of them I can, but some of them I won't be able to because the labs and things are not done, and so that evidence is still being analyzed by BCI, and I wouldn't want to say something that wasn't accurate. And so BCI will continue to work with us as we interview witnesses and evidence and so forth. As I mentioned, the traffic stop took place. Just to set the stage, there was one officer on scene joined by a second officer, and then quickly shots were fired. So what we're going to do is, under this request for body-worn camera and some footage of the situation out there, and so what we've done is we've extracted some segments of some of the video that we have. It's not all the video, but it's in my eyes, it's enough to show you exactly what happened out there and the danger that these officers face and how quickly this thing escalated. And so what we're going to do is we're going to play the video. I'll have a couple remarks, and then what we'll do is we'll open it up to questions, as I imagine you will. And so these are two videos of the body-worn camera. So it's the officer on the driver's side of the vehicle, who is the initial officer that conducted the stop. A body-worn camera from the other officer who approached from the passenger side. The suspect will bail out of the passenger side of the vehicle, and there'll be a short foot chase before shots ring out. There's another video where you'll see this Mr. Dixon stop and exchange gunfire. Well, not exchange gun, I'm sorry, fire at the officers. And so we'll play the video. I'll have a couple comments about asking for the public's help, and then we'll open it up for questions that undoubtedly you will have. So with that, go ahead and play the video. Okay, and so what you just saw, the first video was the officer approached on the passenger side. He's the one that joined into the traffic stop. Shortly, as soon as he basically walks up to the passenger side, the passenger in the vehicle bails out. There's a foot chase. And then you see the shots fired there. The reason I cut it off here is it gets pretty graphic. This is an officer that shot multiple times, but he stays in the fight. The second one there, you see the officer approach from the driver's side. Again, pretty graphic. He takes fire as well. He retreats to cover, but he's able to maintain composure, give commands as medics arrived. This guy's, he's amazing. He's deferring medical treatment away from himself and into his partner because he knows his partner is hurt worse than he is. But again, is giving commands, telling direction to travel and all kind of stuff. So 2 warriors here. And then the last one, of course, you see the guy who bails out, clearly firing at the officers, trying to kill him. And so that's why last night we made the decision to charge this guy with felonious assault and attempted murder, because that's exactly what he did. And so, once he's apprehended, this case will play itself out in court, and hopefully justice will be served on these 2 individuals. Before I take questions, we're asking for everyone in the community to stay vigilant, as the sheriff mentioned. We still got a guy that's presumably armed and dangerous. He clearly has no regard for law enforcement or anybody else in the community. So is he a risk? He absolutely is. And so be vigilant. So Mr. Dixon, we hope he turns himself in before someone else gets hurt, because we got the help of our office in Mifflin, Clinton Townships. Columbus PD was out there. Ohio BCI, the Marshal Services involved. The FBI is contacted. They're all in terms of apprehending this individual. And so, there's no rock that you're going to hide under, Mr. Dixon. We got eyes and ears out there, and so we're going to bring him to justice. And we ask the public that if you saw anything, you seen something, say something. You ran through neighborhoods and got away. We think there's more information still out there, so we're encouraging people to call in, help us get this bum off the street. What I also want to, before I take any questions, is I want to thank Central Ohio Crime Stoppers and also the Fraternal Order of Police that very quickly last night there was some discussion had, and together they were able to more than willing to pony up a $10,000 reward. So not only can we get a bad guy off the street, but you know what? You make a little money doing it too. So we ask people to call in. Let's get this bum off the street here. And so with that, undoubtedly you probably have questions, and so I'll open up to any questions that maybe I can answer for one of these gentlemen.
Do you believe he's still in the area?
He's got family and friends in the area. We have, I mentioned all the resources still out scouring, checking relatives, associates, girlfriends, you name it. To answer the question, it could be anywhere. The warrants have been entered nationwide, so wherever he goes, we'll go there after him. So we're not going to stop until we get him in custody. I'm confident we'll do that. We have some amazing law enforcement professionals all together, operating on the same page for the same common goals, and they get this guy off the street. So is he in the same area? I don't know. I guess we'll find out, but ask the public to please call in and give us any information. I don't care how innocuous you think it is. It may be the missing piece to the puzzle that tells us exactly where he's at, but I'm hopeful and confident in a short period of time we'll bring him into custody.
How many guns were recovered?
I'm sorry?
What was the traffic stop for?
Well, and so as you can imagine, these officers are injured, and so they're not really in a position to answer a lot of detailed questions, and so we wouldn't want to interview them while they're, one under sedation and the other one having medical care. And so when it's appropriate medically, we'll interview those officers. So what happens when there's a traffic stop, you radio the dispatcher, and you give the code for a traffic stop, but not necessarily you indicate whatever the infraction was, and that's just common. And so it was a regular traffic stop that escalated pretty quickly. There was some contraband located in the vehicle. Was that why he ran? I don't know. I guess we'll have the option or the opportunity to interview the suspect once he's brought into custody. I don't want to get into all of it because the investigation is continuing, sorting things out from there. Again, remember I told you it's under investigation. I got BCI and all that kind of stuff, so we got work to do too.
I think he was part of the diversion program for previous
offenses. Do you know if he was in touch with his probation officer? Have you guys spoken with him?
Yeah, I don't want to comment on any of that because my role is to conduct an investigation. It's not to look back in terms of what should have been done in the past. President Steele may have some comments on that, and he may have information that I don't necessarily know while I'm standing here at the podium. Ryan, do you want?
I can tell you those requests have been put out today. We're asking, no stone is going to be unturned too. We're going to want to find out every single person that was involved in that decision, including the prosecutor's office, because we believe they also agreed to this joint resolution to give community control. So again, and I appreciate that that's not something for the sheriff's office to talk about. They are here, saw it for the investigation. So once we have more on that, we'll definitely pass it on to you.
The driver of the vehicle is cooperating with the investigation?
I'll turn that back over to investigators.
He stayed at the scene. Yes, as much as possible. Yeah, he did not flee, so he was there, taken in custody pretty quickly. We were able to conduct interviews, not only with him, but other people that were in the area. So a lot of interviews were conducted. We got a lot of help out of the community last night, but I think there's more out there, and we would encourage the community to call in. Again, I don't care how small it is. Call it in, even if you think, oh, it won't help. No, call it in. Let us decide on that. And so, yeah, we've got a lot of good help so far. So, thank you.
Chief, how many guns were recovered, and do you believe he still has more guns?
It does appear as though we believe the gun that was used was recovered after the foot chase. It does not mean that he doesn't have another gun on him. And here, it's not hard to get a gun on the street. He's got a lengthy criminal record, as it's been disclosed here today. And so even although laws may prohibit him, these guns they buy them off the street, off their friends or whatever. I mean, it's just how it works. And so, yeah, I think he should be treated as armed and dangerous. It should be presumed that he has another gun. That's how this should be treated. He has another gun, and he is a danger to anybody that interacts with him.
Did that gun have a Glock switch?
Again, I don't want to get into the particulars of that. BCI has not got a chance to analyze the gun. They'll go through the ballistics, any casings that were recovered, rounds from surgeries, all that kind of stuff to compare all that evidence to determine how many shots and all that kind of stuff. That has not been completed. And so I don't want to get too deep into all that kind of stuff. I wouldn't want to say something that turns out to not to be true later. That's all.
How did you know each other?
The driver and the passenger, I assume. They were associates. They knew each other. How long, I don't know. But they definitely knew each other. And so, again, we'll continue to vet out what that relationship was, and if there's a relationship after today. While some people were cooperative today, they may not be later, and we'll have to do it when the time comes.
At this point, do you believe anyone is helping him? And if so, what would you say to anyone who might be helping him stay on the loose?
I would just be surmising, but yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. Yeah, I don't think he evaded, a couple hundred officers out there last night by himself. I think he had some help, and again, we'll investigate that. And if later determined that it's appropriate to charge people who aided his escape or the obstruction to his capture, yeah, we'll absolutely be looking to charge people. We're looking for people to turn this guy in because he's a danger, not help him get away.
Chief Briggs, this isn't the first time you guys have had an officer injured. What has this been for your small department?
It's detrimental. I mean, we are a small department. We're already understaffed. Losing 2 officers takes out 40% of my officers. I have to lean heavily on the sheriff's office. I have been for the last several months, covering gaps in service, not being able to backfill vacations. And now these 2 officers are going to be off for quite some time. Hopefully they can return when they heal. So it's definitely hard. We do have the support of, like I said, the surrounding agencies, the sheriff's office, the Clinton Township Police Department, Minerva Park, Linden Township. They all come down to assist. So we'll just take it day by day, and we'll provide the services we can with what we have.
But not just from a staffing level, emotionally, mentally. How are you and your officers doing?
It's a small department, so, you know, our building, if you've ever been by it, it's not very big. My office sits right in the middle of all the officers' desks, and my door's always open. We're like a family. I'm kind of like Dad, you know. It's a love-hate relationship. You know, I have to yell at them and discipline them sometimes, but, you know, most of the time, it's, you know, it's family. We